regulation length 30-minute halves. There's going to be a very special guest blowing the opening whistle of Game 2. Nerd.
I'm almost giddy with excitement.
Yeah,
to be
Nerd,
honest.
do you think we can say who that special guest is? Because I know that special guest is in the house. I've seen that special guest.
That special guest is here. Maybe we should, just to build the anticipation.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Neither one of us is like, okay, you do it.
You do it. No, you do it. It's Peaches. It is the Peaches icon for many, especially in the LGBTQ community. But a phenomenal Canadian performer, filmmaker.
That's right. Peaches, I believe, will be performing at Pride this weekend.
This Saturday. There may also be another roller derby connection to that show. I'm not sure what we can say about that, but maybe you should just go check out Peaches if you're a roller derby fan. Maybe something big might happen that night. Who knows?
Yeah, the Teaches of Peaches. She'll be teaching us how to start a roller derby bout around 8 o'clock.
That's right. So tune in for that. Special guest here, as we said, ToRD Arena is filling up. The main event game is still 50 minutes away. So if you need to pry yourself off the couch and away from this live stream because you got to catch that game, then get down here. I promise you it'll be phenomenal. This game has actually been extraordinary as well. I know we give these tags, this intermediate tag for these skaters out here, but we've got skaters out here who have multiple years experience. I think it speaks to the level of roller derby in the province of Ontario right now. Of course, there is one Montreal skater in this game as well. There'll be a couple more coming up, but the fact that we can have an opening game of the Clam Slam played at this level is pretty extraordinary.
That's right. We've got people here representing leagues that are full members of the WFTDA. We've also got people here representing leagues that are either apprentice or non-members altogether. We've got all different levels happening here at ToRD. Overall, this Clam Slam, between the two games, there are a total of 16 leagues represented, 13 of them represented here. We do have skaters from one American league, from Naptown Roller Girls in Indianapolis, Indiana. There's 3 skaters from Naptown who will be playing in Game 2.
It's the second year. A couple of those skaters, Trudy Botchery and Made in America, have made their way up, so welcome to them. And we are underway now in the second half, and Grande Noirceur is the lead jammer, the one skater from Montreal in this game. Vagina Dentata is about 30 feet back for Uhaul and eager to make up that track.
Both teams now with all their skaters on the track. G-Stringer had just come out of the box, and a power jam being awarded now to Team Uhaul.
The back block being called on Grande Noirceur. I'm getting worse at saying that name as the game goes on. And that's going to give Vagina Dentata power jam. She's not the lead jammer, so this is going to go the full 2. There's 1:20 to go. So Uhaul with an opportunity to build their lead here early in the second half. Vagina Dentata gets taken out on the inside. She did stay in bounds, gets back up on her feet, skates through the pack.
You could tell that she was getting up. She was looking over at her jam ref, Penalty Fox, trying to just see what he was likely to do. I think she herself wasn't sure if her skates had gone out of bounds or not on that one.
Tits with a big hit, but going in the wrong direction. Gets sent off. I think she kind of knew right away.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I did that.
Now, as we were talking, coming back into the track is Grande Noirceur. She goes through the inside, gets knocked to the inside by Straight Bait, having a strong game.
Yeah, Straight Bait, who plays for the Divas, the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, the rookie squad at Toronto Roller Derby. She's been growing a lot as a skater in this first year. An apex jump by Grande Noirceur. And it's clean, and that's a good 4. That's a 4-point leap for Plaid Mafia.
Wow, an unbelievable leap over turn number 3. Vagina Dentata gets knocked to the outside by Sleeper Hold, and the cut is drawn. Power jam now for the Plaid Mafia.
Yeah, Vagina Dentata thought that she had managed to keep her toe stops in bounds.
I think the refs got their calls crossed there. Guilefo Show was calling Sleeper Hold for out of play as the jam ref was calling the cut, so we'll see if that gets sorted out.
Well, currently both skaters are sitting in the box and laughing.
I don't think anyone's going to call an official review over this.
No, nobody wants to be that one.
114 to 71. Uhaul has passed the century mark. We're 2.5 minutes into the second half. Vagilante is jamming a little dance for you for the Plaid Mafia in this power start.
Yep, they're only 43 points behind right now.
She's able to burst through, picks up a lead jammer. The commander box is the pivot on this power kill for Uhaul. Beej heading to the penalty box. Vigilante making a nice move from the outside in. She's got M.I. Gay now to beat at the front of the pack. Makes some nice moves on the second straightaway and picks up all 5 points. See if the Plaid Mafia can get back in this game. They have been outscoring their opponents since about the 15-minute mark of the first half.
But at the moment, well, now the skaters are re-entering play, but going into that pass, Vigilante only had 2 blockers facing against 4 from Team Uhaul doing the work for her, but she did manage to pick up another 5 big roller derby points.
Vagina Dentata now with a nice battle at the front of the pack with Map of Tasmania able to get through on her initial pass. Coming around to score now as Vigilante is trying to finish her scoring pass. Is not going to get around that last point. Will accept the 3 Riot Rhythm with some nice work to save that point. 3 more points, though, on the board.
Yeah, so a 13-0 jam for Plaid Mafia, and that's going to put a dent in that lead. That lead for Team Uhaul is now down to 30 points with about 16 minutes left.
As I said, we got virtually a full house here at Ted Reeve Arena. Things filling up nicely along the straightaways and in the on the suicide seats here. Big thanks to Mill Street for providing the adult beverages.
Yes, the adult beverages are very much appreciated right now here at Trackside. Nellie McStung jamming for Plaid Mafia. Gets through, is lead.
Nice job from Nellie McStung. Don't see the and Heavy Petter had dropped her helmet cover, and she just noticed it, picked it up on her second pass. 4 points now picked up for Nellie McStung. She's going to call it off. Plaid Mafia chipping away at that lead once again.
Yep.
26 points is the difference. The lead was as much as 55 at one point early in the first half for Team Uhaul.
M.I. Gay taking, I was going to say the star, but she's actually wearing, I believe, a heart. Are those hearts or clams on the Team Uhaul helmet covers?
Clams would make more sense. Let's call them clams.
Yes. From a distance, my announcer eyes aren't the best. But M.I. Gay jamming against Mashes to Ashes for Plaid Mafia, and it's Mashes to Ashes.
Powerful jamming, just pushed the wall out of the way and able to get through cleanly. Picks up lead jammer. Wow.
Yeah, she knocked Kali to the inside into parking lot.
And Mashes to Ashes again now coming up against G-Stringer. G-Stringer, though, able to hold her own and knocks her to the outside, forces her to the back of the pack as M.I. Gay comes around quickly, is picking up points. A pirouette on the inside of turn 2. Will pick up 4 points for her as well.
Mashes to Ashes being told to call it. She decided to wait a little bit longer. I think she wanted to go for a couple more points and then started to lose her footing at turn 2. And so she does indeed call it. The Plaid Mafia up to 92. They're knocking on the door of the century mark.
Sleeper hold now back out to jam for Plaid Mafia. Had some success at a big 20-point jam in the first half. She's out there against Smashin Good Time, who is having an outstanding game.
Yeah, Sleeper hold actually had picked up the first 20 points for Plaid Mafia on that jam. I was coming out of that timeout earlier, and Plaid Mafia's big reset and started to push back. But now it's Smashin Good Time wearing 519 in white for Team Uhaul, who is lead jammer right now, as Sleeper is still trying to get through. Takes a big hit from Commander Box.
And nice work from Commander Box. And sneaking through on the inside is Sleeper Hold. Finally able to get through on her initial pass, but already around and scoring is Smashin Good Time. She's got an open lane on the outside, comes through, splits through a 2-wall, separates them now. Map of Tasmania has to let her go 4 more points as she calls it off. 127.92, 13 to go.
That's a 9-point jam for Team Uhaul.
And it looks like Nellie McStung, skater from all the way down from Sudbury out there against Betty Boom from the Hammer City Roller Girls. Or sorry, from Northumberland Roller Girls.
Once again, Team Uhaul has one too many on the track, and yeah, Vagina Dentata just been called off by her bench because they do have Commander Box in the box. Nellie McStung, lead jammer right now for Plaid Mafia.
Oh, and Betty Boom getting knocked down hard by Noirceur. And Betty Boom stands up and didn't realize her skate had gone out of bounds on the inside. Power jam now. Oh, sorry, a forearm call on Betty Boom. She was a little too aggressive in trying to get past Noirceur. And Nellie McStung now coming around to pass. Oh, and a nice sweep from the Montreal pivot, or the pivot from Montreal, opening up the outside lane for 5 points.
Yeah, so Nellie McStung already with 10 on this jam. It's now a power jam. You'll see how much more damage she can do for the ladies in blue. That's another 5.
Wow, they're over the century mark, and they're suddenly within 20 points, 127-7. Just under 12 minutes to go. Oh, and McStung with a nice pass on the inside, picks up all 5, calls it off.
That's another 20.
It looks like Betty Boom did exit the penalty box just at the conclusion of that jam, so it will not be a power start. But nonetheless, a big pickup again, 15 points.
It's now a 15-point game. Team Uhaul 127, Team Plaid Mafia 112. Just over 11 minutes left in the second half. There will be MVPs awarded immediately following this game. Each team will be doing jammers and blockers. And certainly Nellie McStung with that jam, putting her name into consideration for MVP jammer.
And so Butt also having a strong game both sides of the track as jammer and blocker getting by G-Stringer, who is the pivot for Uhaul and trying to open up a hole for M.I. Gay, and she does get through. A nice fast pass from So Butt going outside in and picking up 4 points. Takes a look, decides to call it off as M.I. Gay was approaching the pack on a scoring pass.
Shuts her down. It is now an 11-point game.
And Vagilante going out there to try and keep the momentum going. She's got 3 on the track. It's a 4-3 pack advantage for Uhaul. Vagina Dentata is the jammer in white. Exterminator out there with Map of Tasmania and Sleeper Hold. Smashin' Good Time is your pivot along with Straight Bait. And trying to see the others for Uhaul, but the jam is underway. Vagilante on the inside gets through, but outside was Vagina Dentata. And looks like the lead is going to go to the Plaid Mafia jammer.
Yeah, so Vagilante does call it. Both skaters colliding as they go around the outside. So finally have a scoreless jam. It's been a while since we had one of those.
Just past the 10-minute mark now of this second half of this opening game of the 2014 Clam Slam. Already an exciting one, 127-116. Le Grande Noirceur out there to jam for the Plaid Mafia against Heavy Petter for Team Uhaul. Both skaters trying to go outside. Commander Box holding out that lane now. The nice little hit on the Grande Noirceur, but she quickly re-enters. Heavy Petter having a hard time at the back of the pack. And at the front, it's Le Grande Noirceur is your lead jammer. Nice overhead shot there of the pack as they go along the second straightaway, jockeying for position. There's Le Grande Noirceur coming around the back of the pack, splits through 2, gets 3, calls it off. 3 points picked up for the Plaid Mafia.
It's another 3-0. Leads down to 8 for Team Uhaul. And the way this game started, I don't think anybody saw this coming, that we'd have such a close game here in the second half.
Oh, a 55-0 run got things started for Team Uhaul. And that lead is all but evaporated now with lots of time left on the clock. 8:40 to go.
Of course, we also have a few other people joining us here on the broadcast. Dusty from Toronto Roller Derby's CM Power, working the text side of things. Of course, as usual, Mr. Force is the technical wizard behind everything that's happening here. If you're watching this on Layer 9, it's because you are watching everything that Mr. Force does.
Pretty sure Mr. Force created the internet. It's a rumor I'm willing to start.
Well, I mean, I believe it. I mean, it's something that Al Gore ran with, but
yeah.
But William, of course, you know, he's been doing this for a long time.
That's right. He's at least holding the internet together. How about that?
He's the glue.
The glue that
He's
holds
the
the
internet
internet
glue.
together.
The score right now, 127 for Team Uhaul, 122 for Team Plaid Mafia. A 5-point game. Just over 7.5 minutes left in the second half. Who will win?
And Sleeper Hole now trying to fight through in the inside. Suddenly one to beat. That is right rhythm, and she does make a nice little outside-in move. A lead jammer for the Plaid Mafia, but hot on her tail is M.I. Gay.
Sleeper, again, that Tremendous stride she has. Comes up hot behind
Oh!
Vagina Dentata. Are they going to call that a back block? And they are. Parking lot with the hand signal. This is now a power jam for Team Uhaul.
Oh, a big opportunity there for them to get within a few points. Instead, it's going to be a power jam for Team Uhaul with an opportunity to rebuild their lead. M.I. Gay picks up 5 points. There will be no lead jammer now in this jam. It's going to go the full 2, minute 20 remaining. Nice hit there from the Plaid Mafia pivot.
I believe that smashes to ashes up there with the stripe.
She's also having a strong game.
As she goes to the penalty box.
Announcer's luck.
Timing is everything.
Exterminator with a nice hit, forcing M.I. Gay out and tried to force her to the outside. Couldn't quite manage it.
Yeah, M.I. Gay very tenacious, taking a lot of abuse on the track. Sleeper hold back on, sidesteps a couple of hit attempts. She's picked up 4 points. Still about 45 seconds left. Still plenty of time for both skaters to score on this one. Sleeper hold picks up another scoring pass. M.I. Gay is stuck in the pack over on the straightaway. Does finally escape around Map of Tasmania, 5BY5.
Oh, Vagina Dentata attempting to push her blockers, push them right out of the way. Sleeper hold able to get through for 4. M.I. Gay, though, is already around now, and what will be her final scoring pass of this jam. Takes a hit from Map of Tasmania, but stays on her feet. Earned those 4 points, and Sleeper hold also through for 4 more.
So holding pace is Plaid Mafia.
Flaming hips heading to the penalty box. Skater from Kingston Derby Girls. Oh, and M.I. Gay trying to get through the inside. Couldn't quite do it legally. Is forced to go back outside, and that's going to allow Sleeper hold to pick up 5 points. Timeout being called down by Team Uhaul as the Plaid Mafia
come within 2.
2 points. 5.5 minutes to go.
Timeout being called by Team Uhaul. They're going to do a bit of a reset themselves, try to figure out where the wheels have gone off in this one. It's not so much that they've been doing things wrong or haven't been doing things right. It's that everything's been coming up Plaid Mafia. Even with a couple of jammer penalties, they've been really resilient. They've been shutting down power jams. And their jammers have just been very strong as this game has gone on.
That's right, and just to put things into perspective, since the 10-minute mark of the first period, its score is 143-90 for the Plaid Mafia.
That's right, so we just throw out those first 2 minutes.
Yeah. And
I think that was
all Plaid Mafia.
Like I said earlier, you see some of these skaters just getting warmed up. A lot of them have come from work, or they've just gotten off the train. They come out, in the car. If they've been coming from places out like, Ottawa, Montreal, wherever they've come from. So people maybe just trying to get their heads into, all right, I'm playing Derby on a Thursday night. But everybody's awake right now.
And, of course, they've never played together. These are rosters thrown together just for this occasion.
That's right. They're like, hi, who are you? Yeah.
All right, 4-3 pack advantage now for Uhaul as they try desperately to hold on to this lead that has been dwindling slowly over the course of this game. And there's Jax Lotopus trying to get the crowd into this as the Plaid Mafia are within 2. 5.5 minutes to go. Le Grand Noirceur out there to jam against Bricos Bardot.
Yeah, Commander Box forces and bullies her way through. Very strong. This might be just what Team Uhaul needed to do a reset. Put out somebody new with the, I'd say the star, but it is a heart.
It's a heart.
It is a heart.
The
clam is on Plaid Mafia.
Yes. Oh, Commander Box cuts through that pack untouched for 4 points.
That was the fastest 4 points we've seen this evening, I think.
That was a very important 4 points for Team Uhaul, using that timeout to their advantage.
There's still 5 minutes left on the period clock, though. It's only a 6-point lead for the ladies in white.
Vigilante is out there to jam for the Plaid Mafia. Smashing good time from the Hammer City Roller Girls. Been contained a little bit this half compared to the ease with which she dominated things in the first half. And Vigilante now pushing through on the inside. The G-Stringer trying to hold her. G-Stringer doing a nice job and a big hit.
Tits. Again, coming up against Smashing good time, and that's going to allow Vigilante to get through as lead jammer.
Great battle from Tits, the Tri-City Skater against Smashing Good Time, the Hammer City Skater. Some Southern Ontario rivalry slipping through in this game. And Vigilante gets through, calls it off. 2-point game once again.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal hit by Tits on the Team Uhaul jammer. 4 minutes remain. Again, a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not standing at home, you should be. People are standing here in the arena. I don't know if you can hear at home how much of the arena noise is carrying through. The crowd has definitely come alive. The hecklers have come out, the leather lungs, the fans.
And we are off now, under 4 minutes to go. And it's going to be a lead jammer picked up for Vagina Dentata of Uhaul as Nellie McStung gets swallowed up in that pack. Finally sees a lean on the inside and gets through, but she's a full track back as Vagina Dentata comes up on her scoring pass on the second straightaway. Gets knocked to the outside, stays in bounds, quickly cuts through now to the inside.
And speaking of cuts, Map of
It was
Tasmania
literally a
knocked her
cut.
to the outside. And Vagina Dentata picks up a track cut. She is now in the box. This is now a power jam for Plaid Mafia and Nellie McStung.
All 4 Uhaul blockers are on the track to try and kill this penalty. There's only 3 blockers there for Plaid Mafia. They're going to let Nellie McStung go at it alone. She is pushing her way through the front of that pack. They were out of play. Had to let her go.
We've had a lead change.
First lead change of the game comes
That's right.
with only 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left.
So drink. I'm going to.
Let's have a beverage. Nellie McStung now comes up against M.I. Gay, hits her shoulder to shoulder and wins the battle. 5 points for the Plaid Mafia.
Forearm being called against MIK by OPR Old Load, also known as Goldie Lock and Load, who's blacked out some the letters in the back of her jersey.
McStung, though, coming around with a very short pack to play against. Gets by Riot Rhythm at the front, picks up another 5 points. Looks to... Nope, bench is going to let her go. They're trying... Plaid Mafia maybe playing the clock here a little bit as they build their biggest lead of the game.
They are. They're going to let Vagina Dentata pick up points as long as they pick up the same on their own. They're going to try to maintain that lead, which has gotten up to... Where's the numbers coming in? There they are. 14-point lead right now for Plaid Mafia. 2 minutes left. Only about 18 seconds on the jam clock.
That's right. This will be smart because by the time the next jam gets underway, there'll only be a minute left on the clock. And that's a pretty big lead for the Plaid Mafia. They may have played their cards right in this game and saved their best for the last. 250 taking the lead.
Now, Nellie McStung unable. Oh, she does pick up those final 4 at the end of that one. I wasn't sure if she was going to. So Team Uhaul at 162. Team Plaid Mafia 175. It's a 13-point lead for the ladies in blue. 1 minute plus on the period clock. Are you not entertained, Derby Nerd?
I'm thoroughly entertained. It's only our first game of the night. Unbelievable. It's going to come down to this jam now. Not an insurmountable lead in one jam for sure. We've already seen 20-point jam this game.
I've seen a couple of them, in fact.
That's right. So Noirceur trying to hold on to a lead as Heavy Petter tries to keep it. Cat the Conqueror is the last line of defense. Lead jammer goes to the Plaid Mafia.
So they can stay clean. They are in the driver's seat on this one.
And they may have just won this game. Wow, and a nice easy pass as Uhaul, focused on offense, forgets about the defense. 5 points picked up for the Montreal Jammer. Suddenly a 19-point lead for the Plaid Mafia as Heavy Petter gets knocked all the way to the benches. Lockdown defense. Strong jamming in this final jam, and a big hit from Straight Bait.
Straight Bait just floors Le Grand Noirceur.
Another big hit from Exterminator now.
They're calling that hitting out of play as well. Jam does get called. 20 seconds left on the clock. Team Uhaul is going to call a timeout. They have to stop that clock, though. So we'll see how much time is left once they get that clock stopped.
Looked like Plaid Mafia was also trying to call a timeout. Maybe just everyone wants to play one more jam. It's been such a great game.
Once we do get going, it'll be a 22-point lead for Plaid Mafia on what is surely the final jam of the bout.
Commander box heading to the penalty box. So there'll be only 3 blockers on the track for Uhaul as they try to maintain. Oh, sorry, 2. Straight Bait already in there as they try to come back. And it's going to be a challenge for them. It'll be a 4-2 pack advantage for Plaid Mafia, who took the lead with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game. And may have stolen this one away from Team Uhaul.
Yeah, they have reset the period clock. They're now showing 20 seconds remaining.
Nonetheless, this will be the final jam of this opening game of the 2014 Clam Slam here at the Ted Reeve Arena. Brought to you by Toronto Roller Derby and the GTA Roller Girls.
Team Plaid Mafia is sending out Vagilante to be their final jammer of the bout. Can't see yet who that is from Team Uhaul.
Smashin good time.
Ah, yeah, yes indeed. Oh, a pivot line start. Remember those.
Smart play with only 2 blockers, trying to split those packs from the start, but nice.
Yeah, Pepper Pot and Whoreschach up front in the white.
Oh, Vagilante just going to play some defense, but Smashin good time gets through. Uhaul does have one last breath, perhaps. Unfortunately, though, Vagilante also able to get by the 2 blockers from Uhaul, so that might be the difference.
Yeah, the bench trying to get their blockers to move up, don't get past for points.
Game clock has ended. There's 1:30 to go on the jam clock. We are down to that now. As Smashin good time is in the pack scoring, but Vagilante coming up very, very quickly. Also scoring points for the Plaid Mafia.
Taken out by Whoreschach, re-enters.
If all remains even here, Plaid Mafia will hold on after making a remarkable comeback. Smashin good time, though, is through. Does pick up points, Vagilante as well. Both teams putting 4 points on the board. 1 minute to go.
Yeah, so no change to the point differential yet.
Dead pack on the first straightaway as Team Uhaul tries to slow things down, see if they can put some points on the board. That was a fast pack at the opening, on the opening laps. Straight bait with a nice hit, forcing Vagilante back. Smashin good time picks up 4. Slight lead now for Uhaul in this jam. And again, Vagilante getting pushed to the inside nicely by Pepper Pot. Straight bait working with Commander Box very well.
Yeah, they made a Vagilante sandwich there.
Smashin good time is through for another 5 points. She did lap the jammer on that one. Vagilante is through but tired. 13 points remains the lead, so it might just not be enough time on this clock for Uhaul to make a full comeback. Vag coming up to the back of the pack, hits up against Pepper Pot again, gets knocked down.
10 seconds.
4 more points for Smashin good time. Uhaul fighting to the very end of this game, and they're making it close. And that's it. It's going to do it. Huge comeback from Plaid Mafia. Taking their first lead of the game with under 3 minutes to go. They hold on after a ferocious push in the last few jams from Team Uhaul to take the win. Impressive start.
Yeah, this is that turned into a barn burner, Derby Nerd.
It did.
It did not look that way at the early going. Again, whatever Coach Naylor had to say in that timeout that she called between her and Malcontent, they got their team to refocus, and they put out some fires. Scoreboard showing right now 194 to 178. We're going to wait and see if that becomes official.
Things are on track here. We've got 20 minutes to go. We'll have a little bit of a break before our next game. Allow the skaters coming up to warm up. I do want to encourage you to stick around if you've been watching this game. The second game is going to be a phenomenal display of derby. I can guarantee you, just taking a look at some of these skaters in front of me. Fox Smolder from the Tri-City Roller Girls. We've got Bruceberry Pie from Toronto Roller Derby. Maiden America from the Naptown Roller Girls. Huge stars of the game.
Psychosonic standing right in front of me. Saw her in Tri-City a couple of weeks ago. Very strong player.
So stick around for that game. It will be phenomenal.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to have any trackside interviews. We are going to want to find out about MVPs as well.
MVPs are coming up. MVPs brought to you by 1234 Skate Company. Skater owned and operated out of Peterborough, Ontario. Coming up in this second game, too, for fans of Canadian roller derby, we're going to get to see the return of a few injured skaters. Sofanda Snatch, I guess she's already been on the track, but this will be her boutcast debut since coming back from a long injury layoff. And Rainbow Fight, a favorite in Toronto roller derby. Also, this will be her debut since coming back from a lacerated kidney.
That's right, an injury she sustained in March while playing against the Kalamazoo Derby Darlings in a closed sanction bout for CN Power. So this will be her return to the track, first game action since March of this year.
So once again, things underway, well underway here at the 6th Annual Clam Slam. First game just ending, and it is an official final, 194 to 178. The Plaid Mafia over Team Uhaul. Coming up, we've got the Eager Beavers versus the Clam Diggers. We're going to get things, probably opening whistle will be in about 30 minutes or so, but come back in about 20. We'll get things underway. We'll have a ceremonial first whistle with our very, very special guest, Peaches.
That's right.
Stick along for that.
I'll be moving over to the house mic for that bout. Monochrome will take my chair here alongside Derby Nerd, who will remain.
Monochrome, a veteran of, I was going to say 5, but only 4 Clam Slams. She was injured for 1 and was there trackside. But a longtime veteran of the Clam Slam and Toronto Roller Derby will be joining us on the mics.
Yep, this is my 4th as an announcer that I've taken part in. First one in a couple years where I've been on the stream. I don't do the streams that often. It's always a lot of fun to hang out here with my buddy Derby Nerd.
Yeah, nice to have you as usual. A rare treat these days for us to work together. All right, well, I think we're going to call it a game now.
Yep, looks like MVPs may not be happening just yet.
Okay.
So perhaps that'll get thrown into the next game.
Yeah, we will keep you updated about that. So once again, thank you everyone for tuning in to the 6th annual Clam Slam. We got about 20 minutes till things get underway in game number 2. On behalf of the whole ToRD TV crew and Mr. Wenser and Layer 9, of course.
Yep, thank you. I will sign off, Derby Nerd, and all you folks at home, stay tuned. Nerd will have some great action for you. Looks like we may actually have some interviews coming up.
Nice.
I will throw over to Nerd, and looks like Dusty and Lady Gaga may be wrangling skaters for those interviews.
So we're going to keep the feed going, even if you don't hear our voices. We're going to keep this feed going for the next 30 minutes. You can watch these skaters warm up, watch some of the skill, some of the fun here that you are missing at Ted Reeve Arena. If we do have some interviews coming up, we will be sure to set you up and throw you to it. Again, ceremonies get underway in about 20 minutes' time here at the 12th Annual Clam Slam live from Ted Reeve Arena.
Stand like any guys. Welcome to this twinterview. Yeah. All right, ready? And then you guys have to all come in. All right, I'm gonna give the 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Ready? Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Welcome to this twinterview. Here we have Wactor and Map of Tasmania, and we also have Heavy Petter and M.I. Gay. All right, you guys, that was a ridiculously close game, too close for my liking. Some comebacks were staged. Can I please be told about how you guys came from behind?
Yeah, we just figured out our teamwork, and we realized that we really like touching each other on the track.
Well, what else is new? But you guys, you were ahead for so long. Any secrets? Any secrets?
I think it's team love. Yeah, it's team love. Team cheer. Team cheer, that definitely helps us.
All right, M.I. Gay, is this your first Clam Slam?
It is my first Clam Slam. I've watched for 2 years in a row, but this is my first chance to skate it, and I was so nervous. Yeah, I woke up this morning running around and screaming at my dog in my underwear, being like, ah!
Sounds like a pretty normal bout day for me. Pussy, 2 times. Do you have any questions?
I do. I'm going to take it down to a serious note and ask you the all-important question, whose clam did you slam the hardest?
I nailed straight bait.
Am I gay? Whose clam did you slam the hardest?
My own? I don't know.
Good answer. Anyone else?
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, there were so many. I mean, I got so many clams in my slam.
All right, well, that wraps it up. Many clams were slammed. We're here live at Clam Slam 2014. And, yeah, stay tuned for the next bout. It's going to be sweet.